What if I told you that Canadians are massively underestimating how much they need to retire, and many have no retirement plan? Today, we are breaking down the real numbers so that you can retire without ever worrying about running out of money. So, if you watch this video to the end, you'll be able to calculate how much you need to retire comfortably. Canada is an amazing place to live with high quality of life and incredible opportunities. But let's be real, Canada is also expensive. From housing to taxes, everything adds up quickly. And with the rising cost of living, it is even getting harder to save for retirement. And according to a survey done by BMO, millennials will have to save an average of 2.1 million to retire comfortably, while boomers will need an estimated amount of 1.2 million to retire comfortably. These figures is a growing concern for Canadians who have some years to prepare ahead of their retirement to meet their retirement goal. Let me tell you the two reasons why you should start planning for your retirement early. Number one is that your healthcare cost is not fully covered when you retire. For example, your prescription pills, mobility aids, and long-term care expenses, which are usually expensive. And a single healthcare crisis before you retire can wipe out your entire savings. What if you face a health challenge when you are close to your retirement age? Without planning for your retirement, you may need to work part-time in your retirement to meet your retirement fund goals. And working in retirement should be a choice, but for many, it has become survival. And the second reason to plan for your retirement is so that you don't become a burden to your children when you cannot work. No one plans to depend on their kids, but without a retirement savings account, that is their reality. And you don't want this to be your own reality. And without a proper retirement planning, your family may have to step in emotionally and financially, putting your entire family under pressure. And the third reason to prepare for your retirement is to let you know that your CPP and your old age security won't be enough for your retirement. And what does that mean to you? Most Canadians think that their government pension will be enough in retirement, that is, their CPP and old age security. But the truth is, they won't. And the average amount received by retirees is around 15,000 to 30,000 yearly, which is barely enough to live on. This is why you need to save and invest enough for your retirement account to supplement your government benefits. And I usually charge my clients $250 to help them create the perfect investment portfolio based on their risk tolerance, which comes with a tax-free investment growth account, creditor protection, and also estate planning tools, which makes between 8% to 12% interest on their money on a yearly basis. And this service I'll be giving you completely free when you book an appointment with me today. And if you want to create this type of account that does not only provide tax-free growth but beats inflation, then you need to find the link in the description below to book an appointment with me quickly, because you don't have enough time that you think you have. And your retirement fund needs time to compound. There are two ways you can calculate how much you need for retirement. Number one, using the 25x rule. And number two, using a financial projection tool. And with the 25x investment rule, you can calculate how much you need to save and invest for retirement. And for example, If you earn $100,000 a year, then you can take your annual expenses, which is in this case $80,000, multiply them by 25. That is your target investment goal. Try calculate this on your own to estimate the amount that you will need for your own retirement. But why do we use 25 times? This rule is based on the 4% withdrawal rule. That means that you can withdraw up to 4% of your total investment annually, and you will not ever run out of money, provided that you have a good investment strategy that grows moderately, and with your investment averaging between 8 to 12% annually, and with just investing in the S&P 500, it can generate a consistent interest on return, which will beat inflation rate to the dust. And as I have said earlier, I can show you the best way of setting up this type of portfolio, which is customized for your own need to meet your target retirement investment goal. And this can be done in a quick 30-minute discovery call. What do you have to lose? Find the link in the description below to book an appointment with me today. And the second way of knowing your retirement number is using the financial projection tool. And the goal of using this projection tool is to know how much you need to save to reach your investment goal, even when we include inflation, knowing that the value of your dollar won't be the same when you retire. And the second reason to use this projection tool is to know what your ideal percentage return on your investment should be to hit your investment target. To begin with, you will need to add some general information into the tool so that it can provide us with the most accurate financial projection to meet your financial need. So we'll be having a scenario for Mr. John Smith in the projection tool, and here we'll be adding our general information so that it can show us the clearer picture of our finances, to know how much we will need to retire with, and also show us our net worth and how we can further optimize our savings and our retirement goals. So having Mr. John here, we'll be adding Mr. John's details into these financial tools, and we have his first name, last name, date of birth, and also province. And we can also do the same thing for you, and we can add the spouse too if you have a spouse that want to do this for together. Okay, I'm moving to the next column here, or next item here. We'll be adding the start year, and the start year is 2025, and the retirement age year is 65, and the projection the projection will be until the age of 100. And now this is where it starts getting interesting. We'll be able to add inflation rate, right? And the inflation rate here is 2%, right? Because the general inflation rate is between 2 to 3%. So this will help us know what our money is going to be, how much our money will be in the nearest future, in 60 years, in 30 years time. We know that the amount we spent last year is not the same as this year. So based on the inflation rate, we will be able to add this amount here, and also the index rate for CPP, the index rate for OAS, because as the inflation rate increases, so as the index for the CPP and the old age security. Moving forward, we'll be able to see or add the rate of return. If you have some money deposited in cash, you can see like the rate of return here for cash is 2.4%. The rate of return for fixed income, which is generally between 3 to 4%, and the rate of return for equity, which is investing in stocks, right? And right, so this is 8%, and we are generally able to make between 8 to 12%. So we'll be adding the lowest, which is 8%. So moving forward, let's look at the expenses for Mr. John, and we can also do this for you also. We add your expenses here also, and the expenses for Mr. John here is $70,000, and we can add more expenses if you like, but for now we don't need to do that. Right, so moving forward to the income of Mr. John. Right, the income of Mr. John here is $100,000, and based on the general inflation rate, we can know how much is going to be worth, how much our money will worth when we retire. Right, and you can see we can add to the age of 64 is when we want to retire. And looking at our assets right here, and Mr. John has already invested $20,000 in his TFSA and RRSP, and invested his money in equity, right, which gives him 8% yearly, right, and he invested 100% of his money in equity, and right, so this is how we arrive at all of these numbers, right, which is not strange right now. And if you have FHSA, you can add your money. You have like employer matching, so we can also add that also. And the next step is going to be like the debt. How much debt Mr. John has? So Mr. John has a mortgage of $400,000 at the interest rate of 5%, right? And and this is the debt that Mr. John has. For example, if you have more debt, for example, school loan, you can add your debt, other debt that you have, because this is going to help us to see the clearer picture. For example, how much you can afford to start saving. These are some of the things that these projection tools will show us, right? So now we can go to the planning page. This is where we can see more numbers. Let me explain to you. So here is where we can see the income, the expenses of Mr. John, the income taxes, right? You can see the taxes that Mr. John is paying, right? And he only invested $20,000, and with the 8% interest rate, he has just made $21,006. You can see how this compound start working. You can see the compound start working rapidly started working. And here you can see the mortgage, which is $400,000. When we deduct $36,000 minus the amount owing $400,000, this is the amount that will be remaining, and also the rest will be our net worth. And here we are in the minus, and we don't want to be in the minus. This is why we have to start doing a good planning. So assuming we only invest $40,000, we only invest $40,000 in our TFSA and our RSP. When will this money last? Right? When will this money last us until? So we know that when Mr. John is 64 years old, right, he will have $402,000 based on the compounding, right? Because we discussed the compounding. If your money need time to compound, this is what the scenario of what that means right here. And when you are at 65, how long will this money last? This money will only last for only 4 years: 65, 66, 67, and 68. And at age 68, you have to start getting a loan from the bank. When Mr. John has a mortgage that has been paid off, right? Mr. John can either sell his house or get money somewhere, right? But for now, we can see that the money will only last for him until the age of 68, right? So this is what old age poverty means, right? You don't want to be poor when you are older. This is why you have to start saving money right now and right away. Okay, so having said that, for example, let's invest our money in the RSP. If we invest, let's say we invest $1,000 every month in RSP, that is $500 in RSP and $500 in TFSA. That will be $12,000 yearly. So let's say I'm investing $6,000 in TFSA to the age of 64, and also $6,000 in TFSA and RSP, okay, until the age of 64. Okay, so let's see what that will help us do. Okay, so this is how that is going to help us. This will help us in a way so that when we are in the age of 64, with 64, we can see here that we will have saved $1.7 million, right? This number is very, very high, but Can we be consistent with this? That is the question, right? So because our money is going at a high compound rate of 8%, right? This is how we'll be able to make this. This is why I said your money needs time to compound. Okay, so let's say, so how much will this money, when will this money last us until? So this money will last us until we are age 100. You can see this money will last us even more than 100 years. So you can see here our net worth, if we invest our money until the age of 64, right, we'll have $2.1 million left in our estate. This money can be given to our children. This is what it means to leave a legacy to your children. I know what question you are thinking right now. How do I get this tool? I'll be giving you full access to this tool so that we can run your financial audit together on a live discovery meeting. And I am sincerely telling you, other financial experts won't be happy I am offering you this service for free. So I don't know when this offer would end. And I'll be telling you the reason why I'm offering you this service for free when you watch this video to the end. And you need to know that there are 3 critical factors that could affect your retirement fund. Number 1 is your income sources. Number 2 is your retirement age. And number 3 is your lifestyle. Looking at your income sources, you need to account for all your income stream that you expect to have during retirement, which may include government benefits like your CPP and your old age securities, your employer pension, rental income, and part-time work if you want to work, your investment, and we would be able to add all of your income sources in the projection tool as I have discussed earlier. Looking at your retirement age, the age at which you plan to retire determines how long your retirement fund needs to last. Retiring early means that you will need more money to cover for a longer period. And lastly, your desired lifestyle in retirement is the foundation of your retirement goal. And a modest lifestyle may require less funding, while a more luxurious retirement filled with traveling, hobbies, and entertainment will require more funding. This is why you need to have a budget planner tool to help you monitor your expenses. Whether you make $30,000 or $10,000 per month, or whatever the amount you make, if you don't have a budget, your money will disappear in your very own eyes. And with this planner tool, you'll be able to see your full income picture, every paycheck, side hustle, or benefit. You'll be able to track every dollar that goes in your fixed bills, groceries, debts, and even your random takeout. You will instantly know if you are in the green or in the red and how to fix it. You'll be able to identify wasteful spending like your daily $5 coffee habit, and you'll be able to reroute that money to what really matters. It shows you how to stop wondering where your money went and to start telling where it should go. Here are the things that you will get when you book the 30-minute discovery call with me. The first thing you will get is a customized retirement portfolio setup that earns between 8 to 12% yearly that beats inflation and grows your investment tax-free. And this normally goes for $250, and it is yours for free when you book an appointment with me, and the access to a pro-level financial projection tool so that we can calculate exactly how much you need to retire. This access is worth $150, and it is also yours for free. And lastly, you will get my personal budget planner to track your savings goal, which is sold for $25, and it is also yours completely free. That is over $425 in value. But I'll be giving you all of this for free. Just show up for the call. So now down to the question, why am I doing all of this? I am doing this because I want to help 100 families this year successfully plan their retirement before it is too late. So find the link in the description to book your discovery call today.